Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Lancaster Archery in our video studio today. Wanted to tell you about the ACU Archery S.O.S. Elite Hunter. So this is ACU Archery has come out with this product. We introduced it first in the target world. This is the Hunter version. This is the S.O.S. This is the Stability Optimization System. So before we get into what you get with it, let's talk about what it is. So this is what we call a tuned mass damper. So you can see how it's mounted on these wires. It kind of acts like a spring. You've got your weight back here, and what that weight does is it's meant to counteract the movements of you as the archer. So it's popular in a lot of different fields. What we talk about where it's most common is in skyscrapers. That skyscrapers will have tuned mass dampers in there that when the building gets hit by wind, the building's gonna move this way, the weights are free hanging, the weight's gonna move this way. So what that does is it counteracts the movement of the wind, and so it limits the movement of the building, and more importantly, gets it back to stable quicker. So that's what a tuned mass damper is. And now ACU Archery has made their own version of it to work with archers. So, you know, no two archers aim the same way. You come back to full draw, you're gonna start shaking. And as you're shaking, you know, this tuned mass damper, the way I have it set up now, it's meant to counteract up and down movements. But this is gonna counteract your movements. And what I'll describe it, you know, Olympian Jake Kaminsky, he did a lengthy video about the S.O.S. He was more articulate about it than I was. So, but what he saw is what I saw. We saw the same things. So what it tends to do for you as an archer is your pin, it takes out the fast movement and it just slows it down. Your pin is still gonna move. If you're counting on putting this on your bow and expect your pin to just stop, that's not what it does. Your pin still moves, but what it does is it takes out the high frequency movement and just slows it down to these slow movements. So what I noticed is just that my pin just would sit in the yellow and it would still float, but it didn't have this movement, which, you know, mentally that just made me calmer because I wasn't freaking out about this pin darting all over the place. And then you try and correct and you make it worse. So that's what this system does for you as an archer, that is. Now, the Elite Hunter. So this is different than the target version. You're gonna get this attachment arm right here, and you can see I have it just direct mounted into my rear stabilizer hole. You can also bring it around to the front, in which case you are gonna get a quick disconnect. You've seen these on stabilizers. You know, I'm gonna bolt this to my riser. I'm gonna attach this to my stabilizer, and then this just sits right in there. Now I've got my stabilizer connected, and my quick disconnect is gonna hold my Elite Hunter in place. And you can see just by the shape of it that I can move this up or down. My weight system, I can have it facing back. I can just as easily turn it around, put it on the front. I can do away with this arm altogether and just direct mount this to the back hole here. There's a bunch of different ways that you can attach this, and that's intentional because it's up to you. It's the tuned mass damper. So you have to tune it to you. I can't tell you how to set this up and have it work for you. You have to play around with it, different configurations, different positions. You know, swing this down, bring it up, bring this around to the front, move everything to the front side of the stabilizer. You have to play with that to see what is gonna work for you, and including playing with the weights. All right, so I've taken my weight system off here so I can show you a couple things. First off, I've got a 5/16 bolt in here, and what that's holding in place currently is you're gonna have your cap weight. This one weighs a little more than 1/4 ounce, and then you can see I've got a thin one here. This one weighs 1 ounce. This one weighs 2 ounces, And then you have your weight that's connected to the wires. That one weighs 2 ounces as well. But you're going to have 3 1/4 ounces of weight to play with. You can take it off, put it on, whatever you want to do. And that's part of it. You have to play with that weight to see what works for you. Now, the other thing you're going to notice is the orientation of your arms. So if you look at the base right here, this is what connects. You can see how these 2 wires are closer together in this orientation than they are in this one. You can see how now they're farther spread apart. Here we've got them close together. Here we've got them separated apart. Now, what that does is that orients the bias of your weight system. So when I have my 2 sides close together, the weights don't really want to bend. They don't want to flex so much. That's what we call the stiff side. Conversely, when they're farther apart, now the wires can bend. So when you orient them, as I said, when I had them mounted on, for me, I had them oriented so that the weights could move up and down. If I turned it, now it would not move as readily up and down. It's meant more to move side to side. So if I was having left-right issues with my movement, that's how I would orient it. I would have the weak side facing left and right and the stiff side up and down because I don't want it to flex that way. So again, that's just another factor with the S.O.S that you have to play with to figure out what's going to work for you. All right, so lastly with the ACU Archery S.O.S Elite Hunter, it is going to come, again, this is the hunting version. It is going to come in 4 cerakoted colors. The target one has shiny weights, but this is meant for hunters, so everything's going to be cerakoted. Obviously, I have black here. There's an OD green, there's a tan, and there's a gray, so you can match it to your bow however you want to. But I want to stress that if you buy this, that take some time, spend a lot of time with it and configuring it in different ways so that you can find out what works for you, where the benefit is for you. I think a lot of folks get stuck by just putting it on. They see a video, they put it on, they say, oh, it didn't do anything for me. It may take a while to figure out how it's going to work for you, but most of the people I've talked to who have taken that time, and me myself, once you take the time and spend it, there is a benefit for pretty much everybody out there. You just got to be able to spend the time to figure it out. So again, that is the ACU Archery S.O.S Elite Hunter. If you want to see what we have on our website, be sure to click the link in the description below. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to click that bell to get notifications whenever we put out new videos. As always, if you have any questions, you can visit us at lancasterarchery.com.